Okay, let's just think about this for a second. We live in a world where you can listen to pretty much any song ever made for free right now. So why on earth are people dropping over $1 billion a year on tech from like the 1940s? That's the vinyl paradox. And you know what? We're going to get to the bottom of it today. I mean, think about it. Music today is like water from the tap. It just flows. It's everywhere. It's instant. It's infinite. So when we ask this question, it's not just a simple why. It kind of goes against everything we think we know about our digital lives. So, why are we choosing the hard way? The heavy, expensive way that makes you go through a whole ritual just to hear one song. It seems like we're going backwards, right? Rejecting all this amazing progress. But oh, the numbers. The numbers tell a completely different story. $1.4 billion with a B. That's the forecast for vinyl sales in 2024. And get this, sales have been going up for 18 years straight. This isn't just a comeback, folks. It's a quiet revolution. And to figure it out, we've got to play detective. Let's start with our first clue.
All right, clue number 1. It's all about the psychology of mine. See, this isn't just about the songs themselves. It's about what it feels like to actually, truly own them. You know that feeling when something isn't just an object, it's a part of you, an extension of who you are. Like, think about your favorite book, the one with the cracked spine and dog-eared pages. It's way more than just paper and ink, right? It's what some people call a cognitive anchor, a real, physical piece of your story that makes you feel grounded when everything else feels, well, kind of floaty and digital. And this is exactly where vinyl and streaming just clash. Take a look. Ownership, one is physical, permanent. The other is digital, and poof, it's gone if you stop paying. What about identity? A record collection is right there on your shelf. It screams, "This is me." A playlist? It's kind of hidden away on some server somewhere. It really is the difference between building your own personal library versus just having a library card. Okay, you ready for this? Because this is a wild one. Some studies show that a full 50% of the people buying vinyl don't even have a record player. Just let that sink in for a second. Half. They're buying this thing not to use it, but for what it means. It's a physical link to an artist they love, a badge of identity. It's proof that sometimes it's not about listening, it's about belonging. So, okay, we get why people want to own it. But for the other half who actually play their records, what's going on in their brains? Well, that brings us to clue number 2. And this one gets into our actual brain chemistry. Playing a record isn't just listening to music. It's a whole ceremony, right? You have to pick the right album, carefully slide it out of the sleeve, maybe give it a little clean, and then that final, super satisfying moment of placing the needle. Every single step makes you focus. In a world that's trying to distract us every second, this is like forced mindfulness. And believe it or not, this ritual actually changes your brain. I love this analogy. Think of streaming on shuffle like a sugar rush. You get that quick, instant hit of dopamine, but it fades fast and you just want another hit. The vinyl ritual, that's like a good home-cooked meal. It's an earned, sustained pleasure that actually creates a deeper connection, and it can even lower cortisol, which is our main stress hormone. How cool is that? And this whole brain chemistry thing isn't just happening at home. That feeling of crate digging, hunting through stacks of records and finding that one perfect gem, that's a huge dopamine win. And then when you share that find with other collectors at the record shop, your brain releases oxytocin. That's the bonding hormone. It's a whole culture built on real-world connections, not just you and an algorithm. All right, clue number 3. And this is probably the most controversial one. The sound. We've all heard it, right? People say vinyl just sounds warmer, more alive. But what does that actually mean? Is it real? Or are we all just tricking ourselves? The answer is pretty fascinating, and it's all about where physics and our brains meet. Okay, quick science class, but don't worry, I'll make it painless. There's this thing called the Nyquist-Shannon theorem. All it really says is that you can perfectly recreate a sound wave by taking a bunch of tiny little snapshots of it. Think of it like a super advanced connect the dots. If you have enough dots, you can draw a perfect circle. That's digital music. It's thousands of these snapshots a second, making a mathematically perfect copy. But here's the thing. Our brains aren't calculators. And this is where it gets beautifully ironic. That warmth everyone loves so much, it's actually an imperfection. It's a tiny bit of distortion. It's a flaw. But it's a flaw that our brains hear and go, oh, that sounds real. That sounds organic. It's kind of like a beauty mark, right?
the little imperfection that makes something uniquely beautiful. So you can see the difference here perfectly. Analog is this smooth, continuous wave. Digital is more like precise little steps. But the real kicker is that last row. A digital file is exactly the same every single time you play it. And our brains, believe it or not, get bored with that perfection. They start to tune it out, it just becomes background noise. But the tiny, almost random variations in vinyl, they keep our brains on their toes. They keep us listening. So when you put all these clues together, what do you get? The big reveal is this. The vinyl comeback isn't about being a hipster. It's not just nostalgia. It's like this deep, human cry for all the things we've kind of lost in our digital lives. Real ownership, a meaningful ritual, and a solid connection to the physical world. You ever notice how the music from when you were a teenager just hits different? Like, it's more important than anything you've heard since? Well, that's a real thing. It's called the reminiscence bump. Our brains just lock in memories from that time. And a vinyl record, with its giant cover art and physical weight, is like a key to a time machine. It unlocks those core memories. And for younger folks, it can even create this feeling of nostalgia for a time they weren't even alive for. And get this, your personality might actually predict whether you're into vinyl. If you're someone who's super high in openness, you love new experiences, you're probably drawn to the thrill of crate digging and finding something rare. But if you're high in conscientiousness, you might love the feeling of building a perfectly organized collection. In a world that can feel so chaotic, that record shelf is your little island of beautiful, satisfying order. And the effects go beyond your brain, they're in your body. That whole ritual of playing a record, it can literally calm your nervous system down. It triggers what's called the rest and digest response. It's basically your body's chill out mode. Compare that to the endless scrolling and notifications from streaming services, which can just lead to burnout. It's really the difference between taking a relaxing bath and, well, doom scrolling. So what's the big takeaway from all this? The vinyl thing isn't just a trend. You could almost see it as a protest, a quiet little rebellion against a world that feels way too fast, too loud, and way too disposable. It's basically this slow living movement, but for music. It's making a deliberate choice to really sit with and enjoy one amazing album from start to finish, instead of just skipping through an endless playlist and algorithm made for you. It's a way of saying, hey, some things are actually worth my time and my full attention. So what's the secret sauce? What's the real magic of vinyl? When you boil it all down, it's pretty simple. It's real. It gives you something you can actually hold. It gives you a ritual that calms you down. It gives you a reason to connect with other people in the real world. It's your escape from the algorithm. It's your chance to be the one in charge, to be a curator, not just another consumer. So that leaves us with one final question for you. As our world keeps getting faster and more digital, what are the slow, real, beautifully imperfect things that you're choosing to hold on to? What's your vinyl?